everyday makeup and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a review on the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions palette. So if you'd like to know all about this amazing palette, then keep on watching. Okay, so this little palette, it's called the Smoky Obsessions and it's one of Huda Beauty's mini eyeshadow palettes. And it is an amazing palette and it has 9 eyeshadows. And these are the eyeshadows here. It comes with a mirror as well. And so that's really, really convenient. So these are the 9 shadows here. Warm golden tones, some neutral browns. So this is what it says on the website. Master the ultimate smoky eye or staple nude look with this range of 4 mattes and 5 metallic shimmers, including an intense black, warm shades of dark brown, champagne gold, and silver. So what I love about this palette is, first of all, there is 3 really shimmery colors here. They're absolutely amazing, so I'll quickly swatch those. This one is like a pewter kind of shade. This one is a really intense gold. It is so nice. And this one is a really beautiful shimmery champagne kind of rose gold color. So in the center you have a medium brown, which is quite a skin tone color, and it's really good for transition shades. So I always apply that one first. Right in the center here you have a shimmery brown. Now this shimmer, even though it says it's a metallic shimmer, it's one of the 5 metallic shimmers in the collection here. It's not as shimmery as the other 3 shades that I've just previously swatched. Then you also have a deep brown, and next to it you have a very, very dark brown. I would want this color to actually be a highlight shade because I feel like that's what this palette is missing. It's a nice highlight color for underneath the brow bone, like a nice shimmery ivory shade or a shimmery white would have been really good. Now on this side of the palette you have a matte black, and this is very black. You also have a metallic silver shimmer. I haven't really used this one, but it is quite metallic and it's very kind of cool based silver. And then the last shade here at the end is probably my least favorite, and this is a deep, dark, very dark brown. So if you can see the black and then the brown next to each other, I would say that this dark brown is very, very dark. I don't feel that the palette needed this shade. So I've been using this palette for over a month and I would definitely say that this deep dark shade here I haven't used very often. It's very, very dark, and the middle shade is almost the same shade but with a little bit of shimmer. So I feel like they don't really need this shade. I feel like this shade would have been really good if they had have had a color like the color I've got underneath my eye, which is what's missing from this palette. And it's like a soft ivory or a soft white or a soft like light peach, something like that. Something that you could put underneath the brow bone. If you're going to create a smoky eye, the key to a smoky eye is to always have that inner brightness in the inner corner of the eye, and definitely a highlight underneath the brow bone that really accentuates the smoky eye when you have that contrast. And I feel like this palette is definitely missing that. This palette is absolutely amazing. The colors are gorgeous, and one tip that I would say when applying this palette, I found that I've been using this color first as my transition in the crease, then applying this deeper brown, which is what I've done today to create this gold smoky eye. But when it comes to applying any of these shimmer shades, this one, this one, this one, and this silver, I find this deep brown, it's not as shimmery as I said as the others, but these ones are a completely different formula to the matte shades. They're very creamy in consistency and the product actually shifts around in the container here. So I would definitely apply those with my finger. I've applied those with a brush, and when you apply them, it's kind of like the consistency of the eyeshadow is very wet and velvety and creamy, and it just sticks to the brush, so it doesn't transfer then onto your eyes. So I find applying the matte shades with a brush and then going in with my finger and applying the metallic shimmers on top as a last kind of application of your eyeshadow works really, really well. So if you find that you're using these metallic shades in any of the Huda Beauty palettes and you're finding that they're really hard to work with, it's because you should be applying them with your finger. I feel the consistency of this product is definitely best applied with your finger, and being a makeup artist for over 10 years, being a makeup artist for over 10 years, I have worked with so many different eyeshadow formulas, and this Huda Beauty eyeshadow formula is something that I've never really worked with before. Something that's really high, intensely shimmery, and the color payoff is absolutely amazing. So don't go overboard when it comes to these colors. I wouldn't be applying this color all over the eye. I did that one day and it was just a bit too intense. So definitely smoke out your crease with one of the darker shades and then go ahead and put these shimmery shades on your lid. I have this champagne-y color in the inner corner of my eye, and then on the outer corner on the eyelid I have the gold, and then in the crease I have the lightest brown shade, and then this shade here I have in like the outer V area, and then I also have another kind of ivory, apricot-y, champagne kind of color above the brow. As I said, this palette is definitely missing that shade, that nice highlighter shade, something that's similar to like a highlight that you would put on your cheeks. You definitely want to put that underneath the eyebrow. I think you can probably use this champagne color, but for fair skin it's way too dark as a highlight under the brow. It is a black matte black cardboard packaging, and it basically has a like a magnet here. So this kind of magnets shut, which is really, really good. And then it has a mirror at the top here, which is a fairly large mirror, and I feel like you could do your eyeshadow in that mirror very easily if you were to travel with this palette. It does get a little bit dirty, but being that it's black and matte packaging, I feel like you can wipe it away and make it clean again. The packaging I really, really like. I think that this design is really efficient and great for traveling, and it's just small and compact for the amount of eyeshadows that you get. Price is $27 for these palettes. I purchased mine from Sephora in Australia, and Sephora in Australia has this palette for $48 Australian. Obviously the conversion of US dollars to Australian is not great at the moment, so the palette is a little bit more expensive in Australia, but I feel like going into the Sephora store and purchasing this palette rather than buying it online, paying for shipping, paying for the US Australian conversion, it's much easier to just shop for this palette in Sephora. So there are actually other Huda Beauty palettes like this. There's one with a lot of bright shimmery colors, like a bright yellow and a bright blue and a bright green and bright pink, and then there's another palette that has like mauve tones, which is really, really nice as well. So I'll leave a link to this down below. Let me know if you've tried the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions palette or any of these other little mini palettes. I think these mini Huda Beauty palettes are a great way to test out the Huda Beauty eyeshadow formula and the range as well. If you don't have the money to invest in one of the larger palettes like her rose gold palette that she remastered recently, I know that those palettes are really, really popular, but if you don't have $100 to spend on those palettes, I know they're $98 in Sephora, then I think these little palettes are a great way to kind of dip your toe into Huda Beauty and try it out. I have been using this palette nearly every day since I got it for about the last month, and I've really enjoyed using it. I would definitely say that my favourite shades that I've been using are the brown, these three, and this deeper brown as well. I really like the browns in here actually because they're a cool based brown. I find an earthy brown, like a a bronzy type of brown with any shimmer doesn't work for me because it looks very muddy on the eye. So I like that these browns are cool browns. Even the center one is very cool as well. If you'd like to see a makeup tutorial about this look, then I would be more than happy to do one for you guys. So just let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in picking this up, I'll leave the links below. As I said, I did purchase this from Sephora. I wasn't sent this in PR or anything like that. And I have been using the palette, so as you can see, it has been used quite a lot so far. So this is definitely not a first impressions video. This is definitely my thoughts on this palette. I would love to get the rose gold palette. I think it's amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you liked this review, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.